Hello again, everyone. This is Joe Henches with Beyond the Chart, and this is technical analysis of the stock market today. Today is Monday, May 4th. So we've had one day of price action. We'll take a look at that and see how things look. And then we're going to take a look at three stocks tonight: Sandisk, Delta Airlines, and Freeport McMoran. Okay, let's start off here with the Dow Industrials. The Dow was up 46 points today, but as you can see when you look at this bar, the bears won in the afternoon. So the bulls were pushing, and they got up here, and we're pretty much up all day long. You can see here was the close at 18,024, and we opened at 18,026, and that was the low for the day. So we pushed and pushed and pushed, and then they sold back off in the afternoon. So not a big, not a big move. Not going to make a whole lot about it, but we still just keep. We're stuck in this. If I go from the high, this high close right here, if you look at going across like this, and actually I ought to change that a little bit, but there we go. And then if you go across like this. This seems to be, what we're stuck in. Oh, that's not good now that I got that bar going. But you know what I'm trying to say. Got this going on. Okay. And until we break out of this, it's going to be hard to get any kind of decisive move one way or the other. And, something may happen if we're a little bit higher up here if we break down. But right now, that's what's going on. Now, let's take a look at the S&P 500. And basically, same picture. And really this, and if I go back to the Dow, this scenario with my numbering scheme here, saying one down, two back, work at potential, another one down. I mean, this hasn't changed until we get above this point and then break above this point. So I'm keeping that scenario for now. And the NASDAQ, you can see, it sold off in the afternoon and turned into a doji bar. Boy, my voice is really hoarse today, so I apologize. Grab a drink of water here. It's probably all that stuff in the air. Okay, and the New York Composite, similar type thing, very small range, gapped up and then just didn't go anywhere, just kind of sat there. Now here's the interesting thing going on with the New York Composite. I'm drawing a trend line across these lows right here, this low and this low. And if we get a breakdown, this looks like a potential little head and shoulders top in here. Okay. Now I'm just spotting this as a potential. It's not really going to do anything unless it starts to break down. But the interesting thing, I'll come back to this, remind me of that when I come back to this. Why am I going there? I don't mean to go there. I need to go to the Russell 2000. Okay, so again, the Russell 2000 had this big down day on Thursday, and the last Friday and Monday, today's trading action has just been within that trading range. Okay, we've not done anything. We haven't closed above the bar. And again, just like in all indices today, the bears won in the afternoon. So, this still continues to look like it's rolling over. Let's take a look at the short-term trading index. So we actually got a 10-day reading just a little bit lower. Friday's was 0.88, and I moved it over here. It is now 0.87 on the 10-day. So we're getting a little lower, back to like we did here in late November. And, in the same price range here in February. And you can see we've had another, we had this in September, it was 0.84. So, again, this is kind of flashing at us a little bit right now. Let's see, what am I looking for? The CBOE Volatility Index. Okay, so this really isn't telling us a whole lot more yet. We had this big move up on Thursday, and we pulled back. We need to get the moving averages crossed. We need to get this thing following through if it's going to, if it's going to go anywhere, and then selling is going to come in. Let's see if there's anything. I mean, we had this divergence showing up in here, and I talked about that. but not a whole lot else is showing up at this point. And let's see, the next thing is the high-low. Hopefully, well, I did have it right there. Okay, so the high-lows pulled back up a little bit, 42 more new highs than new lows today. You know, it's not a whole lot of anything. Again, we're still pretty low in here. And the last thing, okay, I'm going to come back to the New York Composite now. We'll take a look at the McClellan Oscillator. Now, for some reason, the data just didn't update right. I mean, I went back and looked at my video on Saturday. This is not the picture that showed up on Saturday, so I have no idea what was going on with the data. But I did double check this with the McClellan site, the McClellan financial folks on their website, and you know, these numbers now that I've got in here are in sync with theirs. Now this is preliminary, okay? So unfortunately they don't finalize this for at least another hour or so, and right now it's 10 to 6 Central Time here in the United States. So the point I'm making is this little picture here looks like a head and shoulders on the McClellan Oscillator, and that it broke down with the move on Thursday. And so now it's going to be really, really interesting to see if that is a, foreshadowing of something to come here in terms of the market. Is the market about to break down with that? And, that picture combined with the little flashing that we're getting on the short-term trading index is kind of signaling that we may be near a short-term high of some kind. And you never know when a short-term high is going to turn into a medium-term high, and you know what I mean. But right now, we just got to take it one day, 1 week at a time. All right, so that's it for the indicators for tonight. 1 day of trading. This is the picture we're looking at. Let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at Sandisk. Well, let's go ahead with Delta Airlines. I've got that right in here. Now, Delta it looks like it's been chopping sideways. And every time now, these points are slightly lower. Okay, so the trend is still to the downside here, although it's very, very slight. So it's kind of trending down sideways like this. And then right now, it just rolls over and it takes, short-term dip, comes back. And so right now, the intermediate trend is to the downside. The 21's below the 55, and right, I am looking for an entry to buy puts tomorrow morning. So this is going to be a new trade idea I'm going to put out on the Trade Ideas webpage. And by the way, again, as I mentioned yesterday, to get access to Trade Ideas, you just need to subscribe, first name and email, and you're good to go. And you can do that on the website or after the post. I just think that this has got a chance of rolling over, and that's what I'm looking for right now. And who knows how far it's going to go. I mean, it just may do something like this or something like this as it comes down, and maybe just retest this low. Right now, let's see, the next one we're going to take a look at is, okay, Freeport. Don't I have Sandisk up? I don't. We'll pull it up here in a minute. Okay, Freeport McMoran. I thought I'd look at this. I haven't looked at this in a while, I don't believe. So big symmetrical triangle. And, whether I draw the point here or use this point, this was the first triangle that I had drawn. So I just left it. We're getting a nice trending action out of here, but it's coming into this resistance point right here. You can see where this previous, the buying came in and then the selling forced it down out of here. And so now this has become a resistance point in here. So it could consolidate a little bit, and we'll see whether or not it punches through. If it punches through, it's probably going to come up and, have a shot at closing this gap. And where is this gap? The bottom of that gap is 29.13, say 29.12. So it'd be coming up towards the 233-day moving average. And so I would be first looking for a consolidation. But if we win and if we break this resistance zone here, I think that's going to be the next move to make a run for that gap. All right, and let me pull up Sandisk. Okay, and this is another one that I'm going to have as a trade idea because I think this is getting ready to roll over. I thought it was going to do it back in here. Never got the fill on Thursday. with the entry I had, and then we canceled it with the price action here on Friday. But now we're rolling back over again. So this just can't seem to make up its mind. Blow it up a little bit, but it does seem to have broken this trend line here. Now the risk is that this is doing some kind of chopping sideways type move, but I don't know, given the strong legs down and the fact that it's breaking this trend line in here, I'm going to go with, trying to get into puts in the morning. And I've got a specific entry. I'm not saying buy at the closing price here. I've got a specific entry. Again, the details will be on the Trade Ideas webpage. And we'll see if we get some follow through down here and maybe at least test the low. So that's what I'm looking for on Sandisk. All right, that's Sandisk, Delta Airlines, Freeport. Okay, that's it for tonight. And I will be back on Wednesday night with another market update. Everyone have a great Tuesday and Wednesday. And again, if you're not watching this on my website, head on over there, check out the website, check out the posts. And until next time, stay focused, follow your plan, and trade without fear. Have a great Tuesday, everyone.